Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Bloom's Taxonomy of Instructional Objectives. Bloom's Taxonomy is a framework that helps teachers set clear learning objectives and assess students' learning. It was first introduced by Benjamin Bloom in 1956 and has since been revised. The original taxonomy focused on the cognitive domain, which is one of the three domains of learning. The cognitive domain deals with knowledge and intellectual skills. It's about how we think, process information, and solve problems. Bloom's taxonomy the Bloom's taxonomy, developed in 1956 by Benjamin Bloom and colleagues, is a framework for classifying educational objectives in the cognitive domain. It consists of six hierarchical levels, moving from simple to complex: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Let's focus on the first cognitive domain, which is the cognitive domain encompasses intellectual skills focusing on knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Domain is the cognitive is knowledge, recalling information and basic facts. For instance, recalling what is the character of the novel. Next, we have also comprehension, understanding the concept and interpreting the meaning. For instance, summarizing the story of the Romeo and Juliet. Third, we have also application, utilizing learned information and in practical context. Fourth, we also have analysis, breaking down information into parts to examine relationship. For instance, comparing literature's themes. And lastly, we have also synthesis, combining knowledge to form new ideas or solution. For instance, developing original hypotheses. And last but not the least, we have also evaluation, judging information based on the criteria and standards. For instance, critiquing research methodologies. That's it for the original taxonomy. The original taxonomy had six levels, which is the knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. However, in 2001, a revised version was introduced. The revised taxonomy is more relevant to modern teaching practices and includes the following levels. First, we have remembering. Second, we also have understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Now let's break down each level. First, we have remembering. This is to recall, list, identify, define, and describe. This level is about recalling information. It's remembering facts, dates, and events. For instance, what is the name of the main character in the novel? Second, we also have understanding. This is to summarize, interpret, explain, describe, and discuss. This level is about grasping the main ideas. It's summarizing, interpreting, and explaining information. For instance, can you summarize the plot of the novel in your own words? Third, we also have applying. This is to apply, use, solve, demonstrate, and illustrate. This level is about using information to solve a problem or complete a task. It's applying what you've learned to a new situation. For example, write a letter to the main character advising them on what to do next. Next level is analyzing. This is to analyze, compare, contrast, identify, and explain. This level is about breaking down information into parts and identifying relationships. It's analyzing, comparing, and contrasting information. For instance, analyze the character's motivation in the novel. What drove them to make that decision? Next level is also about evaluating. This refers to evaluate, assess, judge, critique, and justify. This level is about making judgment or assessment about information. It's about evaluating, critiquing, and making decisions. For instance, do you think the novel's ending was satisfying? Why or why not? Next, we also have creating. This is to create, design, develop, plan, produced. This level is about generating new ideas or products. It's creating, designing, and imagining new possibilities. For instance, write a new ending to the novel incorporating themes and character traits. This level builds on each other and each one requires higher level of cognitive processing. By understanding Bloom's taxonomy, we can create learning objectives and assessment that challenge students to think critically and creatively. And that's all for the cognitive domain. The next teacher, which is teacher Irene, will also tackle the two more remaining domain.